All right, so I made a video so I can catch some people up while I'm gone on the food section that we started last class. Um, you should at least have a architectural template started. This is the first page that comes up when you start the architectural template. Should have your 4 elevation markers. And I'm just going to start from scratch just in case some people fell behind last class. We started with a wall, so click wall. And you can stop and start this as many times as you need to. That's what's a great thing about videos. So we're going to make a wall somewhere in between these 4 elevation markers, about 20 by 30 is I think what we decided in class. So we're going to do 20 or 30 this way, and you can type it in 30 apostrophe, and then 20 this way, 20 apostrophe, or you can just drag it till it's 20, and then if you click like this, it lines itself up and lines that one up. Pretty sure everybody had this part already. Press escape a couple times. It gets out of whatever action you're in at the moment. Then we're going to make a section. So click section here, or go to the annotate tab and click section. There we go. Sorry, view tab and hit section. So here's section here or section here, whichever one. Click it. And then we're going to click on top once and on bottom once. It's going to drag the section through this building. So once here, it makes the head of the section. And then once here, makes the tail. Now the flag points the direction the section is going to be looking after you cut it. So it's going to actually cut here. This will all be gone. And you're going to be looking through here like layers of a cake. And it will show all the way to this dotted line. This is kind of like the crop box. So to see what we're looking at when we cut through here, you can click over here. If you click this line, it'll show the outline box. So I think if you double click now, it won't work. So make sure you just click out here somewhere and then double click the head. Or also down here, over here under sections, you now have section 1. That wasn't there before. When you made this, it created this section. So you can go to this section, double click, or you can double click here. So here is our 20 by 20 height and width here. I think what we did in class, we decided we were going to change these walls to be 10 feet tall because that's more proportions for the lasagna piece. So we're going to click and drag that. And then under connected height over here, we're going to say 10 feet. Or you could say connect to top level 2, either one. So up to level 1, it'll change it to 10 feet too. Okay, so let's see. Let's just leave it unconnected and make it 10 feet. There we go. So we can select both of these with the dashed crossing line as opposed to going this way. So go this way. You select them both. Right click and say hide and view elements. You don't need those anymore. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start the regions, which I explained this before in class, but if you forgot, annotate. The regions are like hatches. So we're going to click region. And then I'm going to use the rectangle tool and make a rectangular region, starting at the top left corner, dragging across over here somewhere. Now think this is about the size of a layer of lasagna, because we're making a section through lasagna. That's what you guys decided. So click here and then hit the check mark. Now, right now it's set up, if I click it, says diagonal crosshatch. I think what we decided in class, what it was going to be orthogonal crosshatch. And we went ahead and bumped up the scale of this building section to, I believe, 1.5 to 1. That's right. See, now we zoom in, there's the crosshatch. Then what we did is we clicked the filled region until it's all blue like this. We clicked the copy button. And then we copied it down all the way to the bottom, 1. And then we also copied 3 more layers in between, so a total of 5 layers of actual lasagna pasta. So there's 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. So now we got our 5 layers, right? We zoom in, there's the thickness is there. So it's kind of look like a cake right now. We zoom in. What other layers we got? We have ragu or pasta sauce, and then we have cheese. So for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to say it's going to go pasta, and then we're going to have cheese. And when I say pasta, yeah, pasta, cheese, and then pasta sauce, pasta, cheese, pasta sauce, like that, pasta, cheese, pasta sauce. So let's make another region, another rectangular region. This is going to be the cheese layer. So it's probably going to be a little bit thinner because it gets kind of melty than the pasta layer. And it's cheese, so I'm going to call it wood layer. You can do whatever you want really, but I'm going to do wood 2. And let's see, check mark, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so there's like some cheese in there. That's the wood layer. If you're cutting through plywood in real life, you would use this region to show that you're cutting through plywood, but we're cutting through cheese. Okay. And so next layer, this whole layer right in here is going to be another region. Click from here, drag it all the way down to this one. That's going to be the pasta sauce. So let's make that one black. It's not black in real life, but just for fun, let's make it black, solid black. You can also do, I don't think gray is in here, but you can make it solid gray too. We usually have a gray one, but I don't see it. Solid black. Check. All right, so we have pasta, cheese, and then pasta sauce. And we're going to do that again a couple times. So instead of doing it the region over and over again, you can just click this to where it's the outlines like this, filled region, and then press Control. And I'm going to get this top one too. See, it has a plus sign right next to my arrow. I'm going to get that top one too. Then I'm going to copy all that right from this bottom left corner of my pasta layer. And I'm going to do it to the next bottom left corner of the pasta layer. Then I'm going to do it again. Then I'm going to do it again one more time. Now, if I look in here, I got some gaps. So what I can do to fill these gaps, instead of making a whole brand new region, I just click this region. And you see these arrows? Those arrows, I can just pull it down until it touches the top of the next layer. And same thing with this one. Click it and pull the arrows down until it touches the top. The great thing about Revit is you can like modify stuff after you put it in to fix it. It's so great about being able to fix stuff after the fact if you make a mistake or something. So there's my layers. I got pasta, cheese, pasta sauce, pasta, cheese, pasta sauce, 2 more times. All together. So you think, okay, great, Mr. Miller, great, we're done. We're actually going to now, what I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't be there, is we are going to annotate this. So we're going to put a little note to the sides over here, like you would just a regular section of what it actually is. So people aren't going to guess. So if you show this to somebody, they're not going to know. They're going to think this is like pieces of plywood stacked on one top of one each other or something. So you're going to click text. And then up here, you have different types of text. You have a straight one segment leader on the text, and it shows you what it looks like when it works. So basically make one little arrow, but I like to use the 2 segment one. And starting here, we're going to start on part 2 right here. So go to part 2, please. And let me get